May 14th, 1965 was one for the ages at Fenway Park. Carl Yastrzemski hit for the cycle, a feat only a handful of Red Sox players had accomplished before him. But despite Yaz's, Herculean efforts, it wasn't the Red Sox who stole the show. It was Detroit's Willie Horton. Can you paint the picture for us of this unforgettable game?
Oh, absolutely. That night was a classic clash of slugging titans with a twist of drama at every turn. Picture this. Carl Yastrzemski, one of Boston's favorite sons, put on a clinic. He hit a 2-run bomb in the first inning that traveled an eye-popping 475 feet into the right field stands. He followed that up with a 3-run shot in the second inning, giving Boston an early 5-0 lead. By the end of the game, Yaz had hit for the cycle: a single, a double, a triple, 2 homers, and even drew a walk. He reached base in every single one of his 6 plate appearances. A career-defining game, right? Here's the kicker. Yaz's performance wasn't enough to secure the win for the Sox. Detroit's Willie Horton had other plans.
Horton really turned the game around, didn't he? What made his performance so unforgettable?
Horton was electric that night. In the 3rd inning, Detroit had clawed back to tie the game at 5-5, thanks in no small part to Horton's massive 2-run homer over the Green Monster. That ball reportedly sounded like a bomb going off. There was a pure power shot. Then, in the 6th, Horton struck again, sending another moonshot into the center field seats, a good 8 rows deep. And in the 10th inning, when the game was on the line, Horton delivered a clutch RBI single to break the tie. His stat line for the night: 4 hits in 5 at-bats, 2 homers, 5 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. And he was absolutely locked in, and the Tigers rode his hot bat to a 12-8 victory.
Yastrzemski was unstoppable for Boston, and Horton was unstoppable for Detroit. How did their duel shape the game?
It was like watching 2 heavyweight sluggers trade haymakers. Yaz put Boston ahead early with his homers and even kept them in the game late with a double in the 10th to complete his cycle. But Horton just wouldn't let Detroit fold. Every time Boston landed a blow, Horton answered. By the time the game ended, Horton had effectively overshadowed one of the greatest single-game performances in Red Sox history. And that's the beauty of baseball, these individual battles within the larger game. The Fenway crowd, just over 10,000 strong, were treated to an unforgettable showdown between 2 elite hitters.
Horton's post-game comments were poignant, weren't they? He mentioned his parents, who had passed away just months earlier.
Yes, that added an emotional depth to his performance. Horton said, "I only wish the man upstairs let my dad and mum see this." His parents had tragically died in a car accident the previous winter. It was a heart-wrenching reminder of the personal struggles athletes often carry with them, even while performing at the highest level. Horton's resilience and focus that night made his performance even more remarkable.
It's amazing to think about how these moments resonate, not just because of the stats, but because of the human stories behind them. What do you think this game meant for Horton and Yastrzemski in their careers?
Yes. For Yastrzemski, it was a glimpse of the superstar he would become. His hot streak in May 1965 raised his batting average from 236 to over 300 in just a few days, and he would go on to cement his legacy as a Hall of Famer. For Horton, this game showcased his immense talent and power at just 22 years old. His teammate Al Kaline even said, "They used to pitch around me, now they have to pitch to me or face that big monster." This game was a reminder of why baseball is so special. It's not just about the numbers, it's about the drama, the rivalries, and the way it connects players, fans, and history in unforgettable ways.